My dudes, let's do something fun. Let's rank all the champions in the UFC. The criteria is simple. Worst to best based on how good are they. They're all obviously good, but how good are they when you stack them up against each other? We're stacking them up against each other. We're going to see who's last, and we're going to see who's first. But shout out to the women, man. Raquel Pennington, slow, sloppy, shouldn't be champion. Moving on, Alexa Grasso. Cool, but I think she lost her last fight. Obviously can box. She lost her last fight and they called it a draw. Never forget. Weili Zhang, fun champion, skilled everywhere, can grapple, can strike. Boom, best women's champion. Now let's get to the good stuff. Worst male champion. I hate to say this, it's Alejandro Pantoja. Pantoja is, when I was just building my thoughts, I found that he was the most beatable champion. Not just the most beatable because he's not good, just because he gives everyone a chance to win. Safety is not his middle name. Belt, UFC champion, I don't think he cares about that, because he just fucking goes for it, bro. And he'll just be out there winging with you. You want to strike? All right, let's strike. Oh, I couldn't take you down. You know how some people fail a takedown and they want to rest and recover? Pantoja's like, oh, I couldn't take you down. I guess I'm throwing haymakers right now. No break. Why? I don't know. But he's the most beatable for that reason. And yeah, hate to say it, Pantoja is the worst male champion. We got to move on though. Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad's coming in at number 7. A generalist in every sense of the word. He can grapple effectively. He can strike competently. Like he's not a slouch anywhere, but let's be honest, he's not the world's best striker. He's not the world's best wrestler. He has really good cardio, but there's nothing about him that makes you think he's unbeatable. I know he's the newest champion, so it's kind of like he still feels out of place a little bit for me. But he's got the belt, and I hate to say it, I don't respect his win against Leon that much. I think he's better than Leon because Leon is just not all that good. And I think the more time that passes, the more people that Leon fight, more people will start to say that, which is unfortunate. And it's just not that good of a win for Bilal. He goes in at number 7. Let's get to someone similar. I haven't heard a lot of people say this, but Dricus du Plessis coming in at number 6 is also a generalist. I mean, he's wild, he's wacky, so you don't think of him as being basic, but he doesn't overwhelm you with anything. He strikes, you can hit him. He grapples, you can get up, you can stop his takedowns. The only thing that really separates him is his will and just, I guess, cardio and being wacky, having unorthodox striking, grappling. He's just weird. He's the weirdest fighter in the UFC for sure, but still a generalist. And beatable for sure, but fun to watch. Brings it every time. I put him above Bilal. It was kind of like a toss-up, but I think Dricus has more impressive wins, so as a champion. And so yeah, we're gonna go with Dricus at number 6. Number 5 on the list is Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley, my dog. I fuck with Sean O'Malley. I just think he's really cool, has a cool style. He has been working on his grappling, but still a clear weakness. But there's also a chance that he could catch you. We saw what happened with Aljo. He caught Aljo when you least expected it. I guess Aljo didn't expect it, obviously, but I didn't expect him to just snipe him like that. You know, because Aljo had a clear path to victory. Merab, when this fight coming up, Merab has a clear path to victory. What is O'Malley gonna do? This could be the last video we make while O'Malley's champion, and it's just like, damn. But he's coming in at number 5 on the list because his striking is so good, and I think he's smart. Like when you hear him post fight, when you hear him talk about the Aljo fight and how he just peel back, boom, he's super fast. He's gonna be way faster than Merab in there for sure. I still don't think it's a 50-50 fight though. I think it's more 70-30 in favor of Merab. But for now, O'Malley's a champion, and I think he's better than Dricus and worse than this next champion coming up, which is John Jones. Johnny boy. Johnny boy. This is not an all-time list. I'm sorry, John. You come in at number 4. This is not an all-time list. This is not a are you undefeated list. This is a how good are you right now. And you got to remember, John Jones was fighting back when Lyoto Machida, you know, and Glover were at the height. You know, remember Rashad Evans? Shout out to everybody that knows Rashad Evans, right? Remember Rampage? This is who John Jones was beating up, like a different era. These dudes, like they were it was a different sport back then. It was just different. You had to be there. I was barely there, but I was around, in and out. But yeah, man, John Jones was fighting these guys, and I think he's still bringing that level of skill when he comes into the octagon. He's fought like once in 4 years, something like that. We saw the first new school dude he fought, like for legit new school dude, was who? Dominic Reyes. I think Dominic Reyes won that fight. And that's when I was like, okay, the game's kind of passing this dude by. But you can beat on the Anthony Smiths and the other people from your era because y'all are playing the same game. I think these new dudes are just better everywhere. The game is going to continue to evolve. We see his game. We know what's up. Like fighting Stipe against someone from his era. Stipe was fighting fucking Dos Anjos. You know, is that who I'm thinking of? He was back there with Cain Velasquez and them, you know? So, I can't put John Jones any higher than this. He still has wrestling in his back pocket. Can't strike for shit. John Jones, I'm sorry, you're number 4. And I don't think you're going to fight Aspinall. If you do, RIP your legacy. You're going to ruin everything if you fight that guy. Let him call you a pussy. Just let him call you whatever they want. And then just go somewhere else. They can say you ran, whatever. Do they want you to wait for the next 10 guys to come up? The next, you know, I think Aspinall would absolutely destroy John Jones. So run and hide. Number 3, these 3 dudes could be the best fighters in the UFC. So number 3 is Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira, everybody's favorite right now. The Mr. Stoic himself. But he doesn't have a chin, guys. Okay? He doesn't have a chin. We saw Adesanya like get close to sparking him in the first time we saw him in the UFC. We saw him get sparked by Adesanya the next time. And it's just like Adesanya doesn't hit hard. Drick has said it himself. And it's like, man, yeah, you really can't get put out by that dude. He doesn't do that to people. Why is he doing it to you? But he's so skilled, Alex is, that he can avoid the knockout punch most of the time. He fought Yuri. Yuri obviously had a chance to knock him out. But there's something about him being a light heavyweight. Maybe that's his true weight class. Alex is able to take more punishment, deal more punishment. And I know he's getting older, but he could just keep going up in weight classes, if we're being real. You got 40-year-old champions and shit at light heavyweight, right? Remember Glover had it. He's a grandpa. So I think Pereira could keep the belt for a long time. If they start catching up to you at light heavy, go to heavyweight. Because you can outstrike these dudes. You've been doing it your whole life. These dudes like should be garbage men. Some of them should be taking trash and putting it in a truck. They shouldn't be fighting. They should be behind a desk somewhere. They're not fighters. The higher you go up, the more deficiencies you see. The more people show up and you're like, he's doing what I do? Yeah, he's a fighter too. You know? So Alex Pereira is number 3 for that reason. Being able to move up, the amazing striking that he has. Just people really don't understand how good of a striker he is. But I do. He's number 3. Number 2, and these guys probably are my top 2 when it comes to just all around game. I would say Aspinall is up there as well, but the video ain't about Aspinall. He ain't a champion. I'm gonna stop mentioning him. Number 2, Ilia Topuria. I'm not gonna say his name like that every time, but Ilia Topuria is probably my favorite fighter right now. Just being able to do it all. effectively, right? So we're not talking about a generalist. We're talking about an expert. We're talking about expert hands, expert grappling. He can submit you. He's fast. He's strong. He's powerful. He has knockout power. Total package of a fighter. This is, if I'm building a fighter, if I'm playing like the UFC game or some shit, the game's terrible. Don't buy it. I hope I didn't entice you to do that. Ilia Topuria is the type of fighter I would make. Somebody where it's like, yeah, I can grapple like hell, but do I want to? No. Come catch these hands. Yeah, I could submit you, but hey, let's stand up real quick. Let me show you what I've been working on. That's Topuria, bro. He started as a grappler. This guy's dangerous. I think he's going to be champion for a long time. I'm going to make a video about him and Max Holloway later on, just to show off my knowledge. I like to do that. I like to be right about stuff. So I'm going to fucking make that video and show people that think Max Holloway has a chance exactly why he doesn't. But right now, Ilia Topuria, number 2 champion and a top 2 fighter to me. Number 1 champion, you already know who it is. It's Islam Makhachev. He's probably the one fighter I look at and I'm like, no holes. How do you beat him? Who do you? The guy that beats him is in the gym right now, and he's 22 years old. You know, but we don't know him yet. But it's like Makhachev can beat anybody, man. He can grapple at the highest level, can strike enough. Like, his grappling is so good that his striking doesn't need to be on Topuria levels. You know, he could legitimately just grapple you the whole time and then not get tired. Like, how does he have cardio to do that? I don't know. I didn't think he was better than Khabib, and then I realized he was, and now I'm just like, whoa, who is this freak? Where they made him in a lab, bro. He's so good everywhere. And who has the best chance to beat him? Best chance to beat him, maybe, and this is even a reach. This is a reach. Listen, Arman probably has the best chance to beat him, and he barely has. I don't think Arman is that good at striking. Like, they can wrestle and have a wrestling match in the cage like they did, but Islam when they fought, they were similar, right? Islam was already clearly better, but he was already at that level, and then they both got better. So it's just the same fight. They both got the same amount better to me. So Islam is going to be champion for a long time, along with Topuria. But those are my champions. That's the top. I hope Sean keeps his belt. I hope Alexa keeps her belt. I like all these people, but 8-1, Islam's number 1, best champion in the UFC. Let's get it. Thanks for watching.